Hello. Today I'm going to be showing you my dad's collection of toy Army-Man vehicles. These are branded Timmee toys. These are actually really well designed compared to a lot of cheap little plastic tanks that you see in the store these days. They're copies of these tanks, but they fail usually. There are a few brands that do a good job, but even those do not beat the classic Timmee toys. So right here are the armored cars. We're going to start with the Green Army, and these are the armored cars. There's 11 of these, and they're all pretty much the same. The colors appear different, but that's pretty much the only difference between them. They're pretty much all the same thing. There haven't been very many changes in design as far as these vehicles go. Most of these have hinges, but this one right here, for some reason, even though it doesn't have any other difference, this one has a hinge with a hole in it for some reason, while all the rest of them have just a standard hinge. These are the trucks. These are not extremely common, but yeah, this one is one of the newer ones, and it's still really old though. It's one of the newer ones. This one's also, yeah, these three are all three. This one isn't though. This one is kind of a little older because it has just the plastic wheels. It doesn't have the poles sticking out. This one doesn't either. But this one's the oldest of them all because it has the poles sticking out, but it doesn't have plastic around it. That's the oldest design, and as you can see by it, it has taken a lot of not damage, but there's a lot of rust. There's a lot of scratches and stuff. This is pretty old looking, and it's very old. This one is surprisingly looks really nice and new, but again, it's one of the oldest trucks. And over here we have the tanks. There's 27 of these tanks, 27 of them. These in the back, they're all pretty old. This one has one of the first designs for the wheels, one of the first ones. As you can see, these are very different compared to these. But these are the newer design, but it's not extremely new because the newest one is like this. It has no wheels. I think it was a budget cut about 20 years ago, and they've been doing that ever since. The company came back and is producing these tanks again without wheels, so pretty sure that's a permanent change. These are the new Jeeps. They're all new. None of them are that old. They're not extremely new. When I say new, I mean like 20 years old, but you know, they all have the wheels with the holes in plastic sticking out, and they all have the hold hinges, which are meant for these cannons, which have the hinge on it. There are a lot of them, but all of these have holes, and they're designed for these over here, and also the trucks, but mostly these over here. This one is probably the oldest thing that's here. It has rubber wheels, and I'm pretty sure this is very, very rare. This is very old. This is way older than probably anything here. It's the oldest Jeep. I'm pretty sure this is the oldest model. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure this is probably the oldest Timmee Jeep around. This one is not that new because it has the plastic. The thing about these is that they split open like that. But yeah, these are all the plastic ones. Those are the old Jeeps, and that was the Green Army. Now let's move on to the next army. This is the Tan Army. This army has not existed anywhere near as long as the Green Army has. In fact, the earliest things that I have is from 1990, and it has these wheels. There's only 3 of them. These 3 in the front are the only ones that have these wheels. They're nowhere near as common as the ones that don't have the wheels, because they weren't made very long with wheels, because by the time the Tan Army was introduced, they already were starting to do these. So there's not very many with wheels, but there's 17 tanks for Tan total, 17. And over here are the armored cars, and they're pretty much all identical, except maybe some have stickers, but they're pretty much all identical in design. So there's 11 of them, and there are Tan Jeeps, but I have no idea where they are. They're probably still in the attic right now. I'm not exactly sure how many Jeeps and cannons we have, but I think we have maybe 2 or 3 or something. I have no idea how many we have. But we do have some Timmee toy Tan Jeeps and cannons, because they were recently released in, I think, 2016. Right here I have the last 2 armies and the most rare. I have aqua green and black. Black is very rare, and we were very shocked to find 2 of the black tanks. These tanks are extremely rare, and they also have the no wheels. And same thing with these tanks. They're not as rare, but they're still rare. If you're wondering what this paint is all about, the camo paint, we just bought these 2 like that, and this one didn't have that. But it's still, of course, no wheels. None of these have wheels because they're newer. Not new, but you know what I mean. Newer than the old ones with wheels. And here's the Jeeps, the aqua green Jeeps. And cannons, and the 3 armored cars. And that's pretty much all the armies that have vehicles. I'm well aware that Timmee has so many armies these days. They have so many, but they do not have vehicles for most of them. In fact, I'm pretty sure these are the only 4 armies that actually have vehicles designed by Timmee for them. Thank you for watching.